What's up, fellow pilots? It's Caleb here from Air 101. If you ever had a claim, do you know how fast you need to get that information to your aviation insurance company and why it matters so much? Well, let's talk about it. Now, one day, if you were flying your aircraft and you had an engine failure and you crashed your aircraft, then number one, you need to, of course, make sure that everyone is okay. This is the first thing that you need to do as a pilot. But I talk about the 4 steps that you need to do right after an aircraft accident happens in another video, and that link is at the top of the screen. But on step number 4, it talks about contacting your aviation insurance broker and telling them that you had a possible claim. So then how fast do you need to get this information to your aviation insurance broker, and why does it matter so much? We are going to look at what one aviation insurance company says about this in their policy wording, but please note that of course this varies from aviation insurance company to aviation insurance company. And now that we got that disclaimer out of the way, let's jump straight to it. You will notice under the section notification of loss or occurrence, it reads, you must notify us by the quickest means available of any occurrence or event which could result in a claim under this policy. So to answer that question, how fast do you need to notify the aviation insurance company? You need to notify them by the quickest means available. So then what does the quickest means available really mean? The insurance companies are very reasonable when it comes to this definition. They understand that somebody could be hurt in the aircraft accident, or maybe it is the weekend and you can't get a hold of your aviation insurance broker. So it might take a couple days to actually contact your broker so that they can tell the aviation insurance company. But realistically, it should not take more than 7 days unless there are really unique circumstances. The insurance company does not want to be notified of a loss 6 months after it actually happens. It is very, very important to notify your aviation insurance broker right away if a loss happens, and this is why I wanted to make this video today. Some insurance companies have notification periods in their policies and some don't. But if the insurance company feels that you did not notify them by the quickest means available, technically you're acting with prejudice against your insurance company, which basically means that you're acting against your insurance company. And if you do this, they may only partially pay for a loss, or they could possibly deny your loss. I have especially seen this where individuals decided to not notify their aviation insurance broker to tell the aviation insurance company that they had a possible claim, because that individual thought they would just get quotes from an aircraft mechanic to try and fix the aircraft themselves so that they don't actually have to put in a claim because they're worried about their price being increased on their policy. But here's what could happen, and to be honest, I've seen something similar to this in the past, where the aircraft owner doesn't tell the insurance company that there was a possible claim on the aircraft. Then they try to get a quote from the aircraft mechanic to fix the aircraft. But before they even get the quote, they kind of get sidetracked. It takes a little while. And then finally the aircraft mechanic looks at the aircraft and then they kind of forget about it. And then all of a sudden 6 months has already passed by. The aircraft mechanic gives the aircraft owner a quote and they find out that the cost to fix the aircraft is a lot more than what they expected. The issue with this is that 6 months has already passed since the initial claim happened. And this can be very serious because the aircraft owner didn't notify the aviation insurance company that there was a possible claim on their aircraft. And in this situation, the loss could possibly be denied. That is why if you're in doubt whether to put in a claim or not put in a claim, make sure that you give your aviation insurance broker a call and they will be able to help you out. Realistically, your aviation insurance broker should at that point at least tell your aviation insurance company so that they can note their files that there was a possible loss. And the aviation insurance company then can decide whether or not to give you advice to submit your possible claim. Here is one thing that you need to remember. Notifying the aviation insurance company of a possible claim and submitting a claim are two different things. Notifying the insurance company of a possible claim will not necessarily affect your insurance premium. What it really means is this. Number one, you are fulfilling your policy wording to notify the aviation insurance company as the quickest means available. Number two, if the insurance company sees that you have notified them of this loss and they see that everything is under control, and you tell them at that time that you don't want to submit a claim and you aren't acting with prejudice against them, and then let's say 5 months later you do end up deciding to submit a claim because the cost of repairs was a lot more than what you thought. Now, because you had notified the aviation insurance company about this possible claim, they probably still may pay the loss in this situation. Now, in saying that, of course you would have had to at least purchase the correct coverage for the loss to possibly be paid out in the first place. Also, if there's a chance that you will need to change it from just notifying the aviation insurance company to actually submitting the claim, you will once again want to do this as fast as possible. The reason being, if you realize that you should really submit the loss because you're beginning to notice the cost of repair for the aircraft is a lot more than what you expected, then at that point, if you don't submit the claim, then technically, once again, you are acting with prejudice against your aviation insurance company, and this could possibly cause the loss to be denied. Now, after watching this whole video, this is something that is extremely important to remember. When you want to notify your aviation insurance company about a possible loss, make sure that you have it in writing to your aviation insurance broker, whether it's in an email, etc. And make sure that you get something in writing back from your aviation insurance broker notifying you that they actually told the insurance company about the loss. By doing it this way, you will know that the aviation insurance company has been notified of your possible claim and that they know what is going on. And by doing this, this will help you so that you do not void your insurance policy by ignoring this section of your policy wording that says that you must notify the insurance company by the quickest means available. I hope you learned something today. Stay up to date with your coverage, stay safe, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.